Haven't watched you for ages. Remember. Oh, sorry. I was, a fucking, oh, Ethan? Holy shit, dude. Oh, man. How's it going? How, how's your fucking, how's your PlayStation 5? If you're still there. I forgot if you said it ever got fixed. No, my nephew's fucking PS5 got cooked too. Stupid, solution that they have to cool the processor, that metal stuff. I don't use it anymore. Yeah, figures. Alright. Suppose it's like time to launch the game. My ear cup is like crooked though. Notice it feels like it. Ew, dude. The material inside, like, my... Oh. What the hell? Yeah, my headphones, my, like, ear cup is tearing apart or some shit. No. They're not even, like... They're not even ripped or, like, old or fucked up or anything. I don't understand how it's, like, even... Dude, why? Okay. Like, look at this. They don't rotate all the way. Where'd I put my phone? Oh. Okay. Yeah, inside there, you see how it's all wrinkled up compared to the other one. That one's all flat and shit. It's all nice looking. This is all wrinkled up. Like, the material's getting ripped off of the earmuff. I just noticed that. Or just looked at it, I guess. It's probably been that way. But, that's really annoying. The whole game got deleted, like, straight up? Oh my god, that is, like... It's not the worst, but that's not comfortable. It's like pushing against my ear, dude. Okay, I guess I'll just put my speakers on, but if Stefan calls me, then I'm gonna be forced to put those on. Yeah, it's really strange, because like I said, they're in very good condition, and I've only just now realized that that's happening, so... I might just have to like put a little dab of glue somewhere. Why did they do it? Was it just not popular enough, or something? Because usually if a game gets less popular, you know, just downsize, but... IDK, dude. That'll make the rules for anything. Obviously. Alright, so load that. And then we'll get the game music going. I'm not gonna lie to you, for most people this is probably gonna be a very boring stream because I'm trying to speed run this game or like learn how to, which I guess I've already learned how to, but practicing it is very mundane, I would say, for most people. Some people can just watch I can watch somebody just practice speedrunning a game, but yeah. Game music, Spiro. There we go. And this drive is like hella slow, so it's gonna take 20 seconds just to load. There we go. That's great, dude. Love it. Okay. It sucks that they shut it down though, because I still don't my broke ass still doesn't have a headset. Well, I mean, I've just chosen to buy other stuff, I guess, so maybe I don't care that much. But I still have never had a VR headset, and I never got to play that game, so maybe I'll never be able to. Okay, bro. Hold up. Okay. There we go. Oh, almost made it first try. Yeah, I've practiced this, and I so just overcomplicate it in my head when it's probably not actually that hard. Get the mouse off the screen. Or for all I know, it's more particular than I think it is. Still getting a hang of the walking double jump in this game, and that would just be pressing jump then charge at a very particular frame. Or a set of frames, I guess. There's like a few. I'm pretty sure. I don't think it's a frame perfect thing. Why do I keep gliding when I do that, like a dumbass? I'm like, I'm getting a feel for it, for sure. Better each time, but... Yeah, okay. My ratio of landings to falls is, pretty good this time, so far. Why do I keep gliding? Okay, it's... No, it's not that, it's... Just flop. I just gotta flop. Money bags, more like money... I don't want to get too cocky. Last time I landed that a few times, I just couldn't get it the rest of the entire night. Okay. I just need to flop, which I was doing many times. I almost got it. Okay, I'm pretty confident in saying that I'm getting much better at that. Oh! Okay. And then, alright. Okay, no! I gotta go over there. Damn. Alright, I can't believe how much better I've gotten at that. But I keep really gliding there, like, what? The foot? I'm dumb. Oh, yeah. It's not gonna cut it in a run, but I'm getting it. Damn. I'm getting so good at that. Ah, yes. Ah! Okay. No. Getting too hype. Okay. They're so bullshit with the, oh, you can just get up here without a walking double jump. How, dude? I mean, they do it in the video, but it's so hard. And apparently that part, that's like objectively easier, I think. Is very difficult. In actually. No! Oh, wait a minute. Damn. A lot of these are so close. Oh, close! That one wasn't. Yeah, bitch. Okay. Just gotta. Whoops. Not press all 4 buttons. Okay, yeah, just spin around. Don't know why I did that. Spin around. Yeah, that's gonna have to be it. I gotta start spinning the camera for sure. Ooh! Oh! Oh. Oh, alright. This one's easy. That was bogus. As fuck. Alright, then it'll be down in there, so... Flop over this, just go straight down. Straight down. Okay. I think I gotta use the D-pad for this next part. For my next trick. Okay. So, Dude Bro said line his speak up with that, then face the wall. Or no, he said not face the wall. Line the spike up with that shit. Then do the thing. Fuck. I'm gonna have to watch a dude's video again. Huh? I've been up all week, not getting any sleep, trying to read the signs. Hey, don't know how much more I can take, how much longer I can wait before I lose my mind. You, for heaven's sake, you take my breath away when you're not even trying. You got me wondering why. What if you were mine? Oh, oh baby, come on and say it now. Just let the words come out. Tell me you love me. It's easy to say what's on your mind. Say it 1,000,000 times. Tell me you love me. Ooh, the boy's getting more consistent. Okay. I'll have this level mastered not tonight at all, but within the next week or two I'll have it mostly down, like Summer Plain Forest. If I can stop doing shit like that. I know it's way too soon, but I waited for you. I think that's long enough, so long. To all those lonely nights, puddles and picking fights, it's already been done. I can't believe my eyes. How on earth did I find myself so far in love? We could be the perfect match, and what's so wrong with it? Okay. Oh, dude! Fucking getting it, dude. I'm gonna have to charge up here for sure, though, during a, like, actual run. No! I love his pained expression when he's fucking falling. He's like, no, don't let me go. I'm not ready for hell. Ah. Damn. That was fucking breakneck, dude. No! Oh, I don't like it. If I charge into that, will I bonk off? Pause. Oh. Okay, I'm pretty fucking sweetened. I need to line my stupid spike up with this. Nope. Not exactly. I gotta rewatch the video when I get there again. And see what dude did, because that ain't it. No! Bitch. Fuck! All that just to get the hardest fuck skip. I know, that skip, I almost guarantee that's gonna be the most difficult part. Like, there's no way it won't be. That's gonna be the run killer. Like, that tutorial I was watching said that the swim in water in winter tundra is the run killer. I'm like, bro, that was first try. Literally first try. But, yeah, the gulp skip, I can't, like, understand it fundamentally. I don't even understand, like, the physics or geometry of anything that is causing that at all, which would probably help, but I really doubt there's a video explaining that. So it's really just one of those things where you purely just have to practice it and go on feeling. Like with that, it's just wonky physics of the game itself, but the fucking gulp skip, I don't understand what's happening there. I'm getting that so much more now, dude. I remember when I was first trying it, like 100 times. I was like, man, this is so hard. What the fuck? And I'm getting mad consistent. I'm like, damn. I'll be a motherfucking pro yet. That 100th place is mine, dude. What the fuck? Why isn't he going up further? If I bonk that wall there, one of these times I'm gonna be so pissed. Okay, so I think... Or no, wait. I think he actually lined it up with this white thing, maybe? We'll try that. We'll try that. If we can get the camera to work with it. Okay, yeah, line his stupid spike up with that. fucking shadow, dude. I forgot what it was. As if this or penguin skip aren't borderline impossible. I think I was getting penguin skip like... I'm gonna have to give myself like a pretty generous guess here, but... between 5 and 15% of the time, I was at least like getting some kind of hop out of it. So that is honestly probably going to be easier to learn than the gulp skip, but it's a lot easier to just do this and engage that over and over again than it is to with the gulp skip, because there's a whole ass setup with the gulp skip. But when you just keep resetting like this over and over again, you just x square x, or no, square x square. You just keep doing that over and over again, and that's the setup. So like, it's a lot easier to spam that than to keep setting up gulp skip. So yeah, but maybe it is harder, the ratio to like times you fail, the times you actually get a jump high enough to even land on the top of that archway. Probably less, TBH. It was right. That one was a damn near right there. It's weird because you want to glide right away, but you glide right before you're about to get to it. Right before. If his wings, like, extend all the way for a noticeable amount of time, I think he just misses. Damn. Yeah, I'd say that's probably accurate. Damn it. At least I'm not gliding it now. I kept gliding into the wall for some fucking reason like a dumbass. And I was like, brain, why are you doing this to me? It's not what we're trying to do. What's weird about this jump is if you get it, it feels easy, like, in that moment. But every time you miss, it feels impossible to do. Fuck me, dude. The timing on that is pretty particular, too. Although flopping that is probably easier, but it's a lot easier to overthink. Kind of like how the blocks in one of those early Mario games, like, you know, in one of the earlier levels, you have to jump up a staircase where there's like a drop in between each one in their towers. But in a later level, it's the same shit, but the blocks are just floating in air, so it has the illusion of being more difficult. I think that's what's going on, because when I'm just trying to skip a staircase and just jump up to the top with the flop, then it seems way easier than this drop below me that will just make me lose however many seconds when I'm doing a run, because then I'll have to jump up here again. And possibly fail to jump up here again, you know? Even though I'm just practicing right now, there's still that, like, thought in the back of my mind, like, man, when I'm ready to run, if I lose, or if I fucking fail that flop, it's gonna lose me lots of time. Or if I do that dumb shit, which would be really annoying. Damn it. Ugh, dude. I'm so proud of myself for getting that so much more consistently. I'm like, when I get up there, it feels like slightly subconscious, like the muscle memory to get up there. Dude! Oh! Yes, it is twice in a row. And I keep doing that multiple times in a row, too. Jesus. Whoops. Wait. Can you see how big this is? I don't know if you can see that. Hold on. Let me, Okay, yeah, now you can see. This literally just, like, glided like this across my view. Like, what the fuck, dude? Okay. Anyhow. Oh. I'm used to it being those tinier spiders, so when I saw that bitch, I was like, what the fuck is that? Damn it! Ugh. Sometimes I wonder when I talk about, like, they aren't very effective, what's not very effective. Those spiders. Yeah, they're pretty frail and weak, those ones specifically. I was gonna say, I hope that people don't think I'm being, like, edgy when I talk about how many fucking spiders are in here. I'm not kidding. They are, ever-present. Dude, my consistency with that! The consistency. Oh! Can't explain how giddy I am for that. In fact, this is starting to feel easier than getting the flop up there. Oh yeah, Mr. Krabs. How do I keep doing that so much, dude? Like, is this bitch under here? Those spiders aren't very effective, but they sure do multiply. That's for sure. That's probably the only reason that they're still alive. It's like fucking June bugs. Like the dumbest fucking bugs on the planet. But they multiply so fast. Yes, baby! Oh, wait, no, gotta go that way. Imagine eventually I'm gonna be charging tall though, which will feel super sketch, but yeah, eventually. Part of me wants to try to figure out why I'm messing up on the gulp skip up here, but I also just want to, god damn it. I also want to, not waste time either. I don't know which guy it was that I watched that explained the fucking spike thing, but let's see here.
Down, and for whatever reason, as soon as he touches the floor, he just pops right out of bounds. So just to reiterate what I did, I jumped so that I was kind of at this angle here, except in the air, and as I was falling down, I held up on the... You want to head into this back corner so that you avoid the whirlwind, because you don't want to get pushed back up there. And then you want to approach the edge here, and before you get too close to the edge, you want to start pushing Spyro up against this wall. So you want to be nearly perpendicular with it, but you want to be slightly right, because you want to get right to the very edge. So I'm going to tap forwards against the wall until Spyro is kind of in a decent position. So you can see I'm getting really close to the edge here, and I don't want to push Spyro out the wall, so I'm going to turn the camera a little bit, and I'm going to gradually get more and more perpendicular to the wall as I approach the edge. And what I'm aiming for is the little orange spines on Spyro's head, if you can see those. I want those to be level with the edge of this wall. That's what I'm aiming for. So each time his spines go past it, so you can see his spines are like on the right of the wall now. I want to turn left, and I want to try and get that perpendicular. And this is what I'm aiming for, so I'm going to keep doing that until his shadow drops. Like
Oh,
this.
you... Okay.
The shadow dropping, I don't know why it works, but once I get the shadow to drop...
So we want a
he
shadow to
obviously
drop.
gets
I was like conflating that information with the original tutorial on this that I was watching.
confirmed, for me at least. So now the shadow's dropped, I'm going to turn left, so I'm facing into the wall slightly, or the corridor. I'm going to jump and glide. That's it. Jump and glide. And then at this point, I want to turn the camera so it's back into the wall, or into the corridor. But
I was listening to the
insta-count,
last like
goal
15
skip is pretty
seconds.
much confirmed, for me at least. So now the shadow's dropped, I'm going to turn left, so I'm facing into the wall slightly, or the corridor. I'm going to jump and glide. That's it. Jump and glide.
Okay, I'm going to make... Actually, I should still practice the whole thing, so I won't make a save state right here, but if I get the skip set up correctly where I'm in the wall, I'll make a separate save state for that part. So, I'm going to the wall. Get him lined up like that, and then he says, or no, wait, no, we want him, we want his shadow on the ground, right? So, we need to, like, edge him out a little more. Pause. Is his shadow gonna fucking drop? I guess not. Oh. That was almost pretty damn smooth. Oh, dude. I got these nightstands at the thrift store that are really, really solid and heavy. I just like really, really solid furniture. And, they have a nice finish, and they have the fancy looking metal bracket things on the corners. Really well built sliding drawer things with the metal wheel slider things, you know. And, the backing isn't that, what's it called? The plywood, right? No. What am I thinking of? What's a cheap, flimsy, cardboard feeling fucking bullshit that people don't use on a wall unless they're forced to because they don't have enough money? It's not called plywood, I don't think, but whatever that shit is, like that's usually on the back of any product like that you get at like IKEA or something. It's like actually all wood. The back is wood too, and it's not scratched up and shit, and they were $10 each. And I was like, what? I have to get those. And there was the pair. So, both sides of my bed will match. Both sides of my bed will match now. I was like, hype for that. Don't know the name, but I'm familiar. Yeah, I'm a dumbass and I don't know what anything is called. Every time I go into the hardware store, I'm like, yeah, what's this thing that, like, is for this and that? You know what I'm talking about? And it's made of this material. Like, you know those, when you have a flag that's not meant to be put on a pole. Well, actually, no. Yeah, I guess it would be for a flag that's meant to be put on a pole or that you hang up with the two corners. There will be a metal ring in the material for you to put a nail through and just, like, hang it on that or whatever. I had no idea what those were called, so I was just going into stores explaining it like that, like, oh yeah, what are these fucking, like, things called? I don't know what they were imagining. But it took me a minute to get to what I was actually talking about and end up at Hobby Lobby, because of course. But, I was surprised Menards didn't have it. But yeah, Hobby Lobby was the answer, and they're called eyelets, specifically. There's a different name for them, but I forgot what the other name is. But, yeah, I got what I needed. And then I also realized I didn't need it because the thing I was, the tapestry I was hanging up had like the string knots on the edges of the whole thing, so I could just put on those. Although, it'd probably be better to put the eyelets in the material so it doesn't stretch that part out. And it might stretch anyways? I don't know. I don't fucking know, dude. Honestly, the best solution would probably be to get a metal pole that can go through all the eyelets if they were only like a few inches apart, because it's pretty big. Like a shower rod or curtain, you know? That'd probably be the best for like not stretching it, I would imagine. That's like a project for a whole fucking other day. Fucking! Ah! Yeah, I didn't even realize at the thrift store, though, that the backing was wood as well. And I just liked the way it looked and felt. And then when I got home and realized that, I was like, bruv. This is going to be perfect for hanging a strip cord on the back of. Flawless. Actually, I might do it inside the dresser, drawer, thingy, whatever. It might be a little bit cleaner, because I can push it up against the wall all the way if I decide to. Yes. No. Ugh. I just puked, I didn't even realize. Fucking... That was so acidic, dude. It hurts. Oh my god. That burns so goddamn much. Did I bring water down here? I thought I did. Who's texting me? Oh, right, it's behind this screen. God, dude. I fucking hate that that's just like... It's something... I don't even have heartburn. That's the thing. I don't have heartburn or acid reflux right now. I just like burp a little bit sometimes like a fucking baby. And a little puke will just come up sometimes. It's not usually very acidic, but that time... It really was. It fucking hurt, probably because I was eating M&Ms and fucking cake earlier. Like a jackass. At 30 years old. And it wouldn't have been that bad if I ate like a little bit, but I ate an entire piece of cake and an M&M, or M&Ms with each bite. With the fucking... on their honey nut roasted flavor, not honey nut roasted, just flavored like that. So basically that just means it has more sugar than the regular ones do. So basically I'm a fucking dumbass. And it is totally my fault that just happened. Oh my god, it like hurts to breathe. Oh man, that's distracting. I'm like trying to adjust my micro movements and see if that would help me or not. Okay, I think that like right when I push against the wall, turning it towards the portal immediately is what's making it work. Sorry, I thought I felt like a little fucking chunk. That is so disgusting, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's the mucus. Ugh. God, dude. Why? Actually, I just explained why, because I'm stupid as fuck. For eating bullshit all the time. And then, like, after I just got back from the gym, I decided, you know what, I don't just want to eat my fatty yogurt, because it has, like, no flavor. I'm gonna eat it with the Mr. Beast milk chocolate bar. That seems like a really good idea. Wait, what am I doing? That ain't the one. Ow, bitch. Well, damn. Can't win them all. That wasn't even at the right spot anyways. Like a damn. You know what I should be happy about though? Last time I was down here, just trying to play some video games, innocently enough. There was a fly that just kept landing on me over and over again. And that fly has not joined me today. So I'm pretty fucking happy about that. Pretty relaxed. Maybe that spider is doing its job. If it can even catch a fly. Those long ass legs. Long ass, weak ass. Like me. Oh yeah, swag man, have things been more homey since your roommate departed? Why do I feel like gliding is gonna save it, dude? It's just not going to. Damn. Okay, so it's not... Fuck. Yeah, it seems like it's not, like, directly at that crack in the wall, but it's... right past it. I'm talking like inches. Okay. Yay! Flopping too early. Alright, I'm gonna grab a little more coffee. Since all the creamer went to the bottom of this one. Let's pour some more on in. Oh. Ugh. They are here until September, but their money situation has improved, so they are much less entitled now. I'm still helping more than I would like, but it's better than having an... Damn. You're gonna have to, like, fill me in on, stuff that they do sometime, because I'm curious. I left my coffee upstairs. I peed too, and then I forgot. You know, we're out of fabric softener, and this shitty washer we're using right now. I think that, very long story, but fun to tell. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want you to go telling any part of that private story in a semi-public chat room. Even though you seem to hold your anonymity online pretty well, or at least I assume you do, so I doubt that could get traced back to your person in any way. But I still strongly feel that people should keep most of their personal lives personal if they're not a public figure. It's so, like, weird how fucking normalized it is, just, like, spill your guts out on the internet and just, like, give up privacy, essentially. On one's own accord. It's very fucking weird. That's like when I was with my ex. She was like, why don't you ever post anything about us? Why haven't you changed your relationship status on Facebook? And I was like, bruh, I haven't posted on Facebook in like 5 years. I don't give a fuck what anybody else knows or thinks about our relationship. Or if I'm in a relationship. Like, why do other people need to know? That's my question. And as if any women are snooping on my profile anyways. Like, women are not interested in me like that, dude. She was tweaking about that. That makes it sound like she's, like, crazy or something. She was a little bit, but, she wasn't that bad. Just making her a little insecure is all, because she thought that I was, doing that, like, on purpose or something. That I had some kind of malintent with leaving my shit on single. But I had not thought about it at any point. I actually fucking my friend looked at my profile a while ago and they're like, you know your Facebook still says you're in a relationship, and I was like, bro, what? I did change it. And it just said in a relationship, not with any particular person, just in a relationship. I was like, oh, cool. Damn it. I hate it when the camera does that. It's not zippy. Alright. I would say it's a good sign that I'm starting to be able to do this while talking. Oh. Fuck. Now if I could stop following it up with that, that'd be really great. Oh, I was talking about my laundry. I don't know how the fuck I went off on that side tangent. Yeah, the laundry though, this very shitty washer. I thought it was soap residue getting left on my on my clothes when the washer was done. Because one of those stupid Samsung washers that first of all takes like 20 goddamn minutes to balance because it doesn't have an agitator in the middle, and it's also just got way too much tech in it. Like people don't know how to actually some people don't know how to load a washer. It's very embarrassing. But anyways, so yeah, it just kept leaving what I thought was my laundry soap on the laundry because it rinses like shit too. But it looks like, I just opened the lid real quick before I came back in here, and it looks like it was actually fabric softener that it was leaving behind, because the clothes looked pretty rinsed to me. Although I put an extra rinse on because, like I said, it sucks. To give it some credit, but yeah, it might just be that. The dispenser thing probably just sucks. I will absolutely, like, I don't know if I could get sued for that, but if I was a big streamer, I would absolutely slander any product that disappointed or dissatisfied me in any way. Okay. Oh, no! Oh yeah, dude. Wait, I'm going up on that little tower thing. I was thinking about, it still itches like here and there actually, but I got stung by something when I was working like 5 days ago now, and even on the third day after it stung me, it was still itchy. It was crazy. I couldn't believe how itchy it was. Or how effective the venom was, I should say. I was like, and I didn't see what bit me either because I smacked it so quick and it just like destroyed whatever it was, but yeah, it definitely wasn't a bee. Because I got stung by a bee one time before. That was kind of stuck in my shoe, then I felt bad, but yeah. I don't want to have to get up again, but I want to put more creamer in my coffee. So I'm like, no, it's not good. No. Okay, dude got the shadow to drop right here, did he not?
And I want to try and get that perpendicular. And this is what I'm aiming for, so I'm going to keep doing.
Yeah, he did. What the fuck? Why isn't it working this time? I followed that tutorial, like, verbatim, like I'm trying to now, last time, and it worked so quick. Going through the wall afterwards to get to the gulp portal was hard, of course, but... yeah, I got that so much faster last time I did it like that. Maybe I should just skip the shadow dropping part and turn the camera sideways and see what the fuck happens. Damn it. I was trying to spin him around like... it's like a really specific speed like that to get him to spin in place. And you gotta bring the analog stick out a certain way too. But I'm trying to get him to do that so he doesn't... yeah, like that. So I gotta, like, do it into a spin immediately. I can't just turn the analog stick a certain way or I'll start walking. Suppose that's another thing to practice. Ooh. Alright. That was not close enough at all. Mm. Don't know how much more. Why do I keep doing that? I keep fucking doing them in the wrong order. Wait, was that about to make it? Fuck. What? Hold up, hold up, hold up. That close? Wait a minute. That is so consistent, bro. What? I just needed to be closer. Oh, fuck off, dude. It's so easy. Are you kidding me? What? This is gonna be a fucking cakewalk now. It was that easy the whole time. I didn't fucking realize how close I needed to be. What the hell, dude? This trick isn't hard at all. God damn it. Okay, that's like, yeah, way closer, dude. Jesus Christ. Okay, now it's like easy as fuck. I can't believe it. I'm a dumbass. I'm gonna get that extra crewer, dude. Okay. That is so annoying, dude. All the practice attempts feel like such a waste of time now, considering how fucking easy it is. I say as I fail multiple times in a row. But seriously, I just, like, what? Why do I keep doing that? Ugh. Having to do some parts fast and some parts slow, like trying to be as quick with your movement as you can like that, and then waiting that extra like half second to, you know, actually be able to double jump instead of just doing that shit. Feels like playing an out of rhythm game, kind of, I guess, is what it feels like to try to time everything right like that. After this, I should, finish watching that Ding Dong and Julian drum. That shit was funny. It kind of makes me salty. Actually, I think the salt is obvious with how much easier this is than I thought, but I am glad that it's easy. TBH. I'd rather. For sure. Yeah, spin just like that. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, the spins are pretty easy too. It's just more like patience with not trying to whip him around right away. And just let him rotate. Okay. I'm just gonna line him up As close as I can get him. Yeah. Like that. Fuck the shadow drop. Because that obviously just isn't happening. Doesn't that fuck up the trick? Yeah, it does. So I am too far out. Maybe I should make safe state there. Although maybe I don't need to, because I've got this fucking portal trick pretty down. Yeah, I would say so. I have to like kind of relearn it now, like the spot to jump, but pretty good. Ew. Now when I jump up here, need to like that. It's like kind of a problem there. Okay, yeah. Just gotta get as close to that wall as possible immediately. I love when shit like that happens. Okay. That shit is getting pretty easy. I have to charge onto all those surfaces that I jump off of, but it is getting a lot easier. But then I'm sure I'll have that down pretty soon as well. Alright. So it says to turn in. That just breaks it, though. How the fuck? So, is it that the shadow has to be on the wall?
That until his shadow drops, like this. The shadow dropping, I don't know why it works, but once I get the shadow to drop, gulp skip is pretty much confirmed. For me, at least. So, now the shadow's dropped, I'm going to turn left, so I'm facing into the wall slightly, or the corridor. I'm going to jump and glide. That's it.
Oh, it's jump and glide, not jump and charge. What the fuck am I doing, dude? I wish those Spyro experts would, like, join the chat again to tell me when I'm being a dumbass. Yeah, I need to, like, charge up there. That'd be much faster. Alright, can I charge here? Yeah, okay. Flop! Damn it. Okay. I've got this level down too, just about. Just about. Oh wait, the shadow was down. Damn it. Fuck. Maybe it's just harder than it looks. Oh, I forgot. Need to be standing here. Yeah. Although they did say a walking double jump is a little easier, so get back here. Fuck. I need to like start taking some liberties with it because they're just explaining it in beginner terms, but obviously it doesn't have to be exactly the way they were explaining it. Why? I tried to glide again. Like a jackass. Oh. It's starting to seem like maybe it's going to be better to just try to get all this shit down without moving the camera. Because the camera will just follow as long as I'm going in the right direction. Yeah, I should try. So I'm starting to think that the camera's just too distracting to let it hold me back like this. That part is going to be really hard though, I think. Oh no, maybe not. Maybe it's not that hard. Hold up. Hold up. As long as I know I'm jumping in the right direction, then maybe that won't be so bad. Yeah, bonked the right spot. So definitely doable. Damn. I gotta remind Stefan that this fucking K-pop like festival thing, I forgot what it is, like EDM or some shit I guess. I won't know shit that I'm listening to at all, but got free tickets to it. Damn it. I'm psyching myself even harder now, not just because of the fall, but because I'm going backwards now against the camera. So that's making it even weirder to attempt. Damn it. I just realized I'm probably not a dumbass for gliding at the second part, because you have to glide right here to get up. So maybe it's only natural that my brain would be like, glide, glide. I know I can get that eventually. I know I can. And it'll look so slick if I do it, dude. I'll look so sick. And maybe this is just a swag strat, I don't know. But I know that this entire level will probably be slightly faster if I don't have to wait for the camera. That's fucking hard, dude. I would save state up there, but I feel like if I don't do this all in one fluid, or if I don't do the whole thing consecutively, then I just won't get it. Yeah, like that, and then turn around. Fuck! Yeah, okay. I know which ways to go, I just gotta not psych myself out and just press the inputs like I would, just going towards the camera. It sounds so easy on paper, but it feels so weird to do. Not walking forward and doing it. Girl, put your love on me, 'cause I won't let you down. I won't let you down. We'll be singing, girl, put your love on me. I feel it all around, feel it all around. We'll be singing. Woo. Woo. Fucking gliding again, dude. Ah. Yeah, like that. Fuck. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Damn. That one was like sorta kinda on purpose. Ooh. Damn, I can totally do this. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. If it's all that fucked up, it's definitely not happening. I think that one in particular is hard because without the visual, to know exactly when to let go and have him flop isn't there. So this is gonna be like just going on feeling again, not turning the camera, but I had it once, so I know I can have it again. I gotta be more confident with that. Like, TBH. Oh! Close. Close. Who the fuck? Is somebody sitting outside the house? I hate it when people just sit outside when somebody... They don't want... It's annoying when somebody sits outside somebody's house and just keeps honking when, you know, everybody has a cell phone. Like, bro, call them. Fucking jackass. What a fucking... They honk again, I suppose I'll go investigate. Okay. Damn. Ugh. Gotta like slightly relearn here. Ooh, dude! Once I can charge up that and everything too, dude, I'm gonna be so solid. Oh man. Yeah, so I've got to charge just slightly longer and then flop. That is pretty for certain, buddy. Damn. Fucking... I think my brain is about to need a break. It's just a repetitive motion thing. It's starting to get to me. Damn it. I was gonna head bash, forgot. It's not like a thing. Okay. The Ding Dong and Julian drama. Sounds very silly to say out loud. Miscellaneous videos nicked from Chris O'Neill's Instagram. Okay. Ding Dong and Julian drama explained. I did not get very far into this video.
The screenshot that they showed me, because what they're trying to show me was like, oh yeah, see, they're asking for this one file. One of the other people who was in the group. I got showed the screenshot, and I'm seeing every last person who's like on the editing team trash talking us incessantly, making shit up about us, freaking the fuck out and getting paranoid about us, and insulting us every.
I don't understand how my computer keeps doing this, but the browser just is so delayed sometimes. Like, the browser itself isn't even lagging. Just, like, when I try to interact with it, I'll press play or pause, and sometimes it is delayed by, like, 5 seconds, and I can't even think of what's causing it.
Step of the way and going, ha ha
I have
ha,
no idea.
wow. And it was just like, what the fuck is this? I didn't do anything to any of you guys. I haven't been talking to any of you guys. I'm about as clueless on all of this, too. And you immediately blame us and try to drop all of your fucking problems onto us. This is why we didn't want to come back to doing this kind of thing. Jesus Christ.
The wildest claims made are those about Chris's alleged bizarre behavior during his stay. Ding Dong first claims he could hear Chris rustling around in their room at night, insinuating he went through Julian's diary. Den mentions he, quote, caught them on 4chan, as well as listening to him freak out in the bathroom about not expecting the Yik playthrough to perform well algorithmically.
Off camera, constantly. I was grinding, I was doing all this stuff for it. Similar to how Kingdom Hearts, Julian was doing all of that. He was grinding off camera and doing all this other stuff to make it possible. No, we pushed ourselves really hard. While they were just laying in our bed the whole time. And sleeping during the daytime and staying up all night. And we would hear them rustling around and doing whatever the fuck in the bedroom. I mentioned it that one of the days when we did play Yeek, they went into the bathroom and turned on the fan and went on their phone and said how it was going to be a video that was going to do really badly, and it seemed like he was really mad. And hoping that we weren't going to hear him, except he doesn't know our house badly. During the day... No, we pushed ourselves really hard. While they were just laying in our bed the whole time. And sleeping during the daytime and staying up all night. And we would hear them rustling around and doing whatever the fuck in the bedroom. I mentioned it that one of the days when we did play Yeek, they went into the bathroom and turned on the fan and went on their phone and said how it was going to be a video that was going to do really badly, and it seemed like he was really mad.
Okay. He keeps saying they. He's talking about Chris, right? I mean, why does he keep saying they? Like, they don't, like, they don't bend the knee to the gender, what is it called? I'm talking out of my ass, dude. The fucking status quo, so to speak, I guess. I can't think of the particular word.
And hoping that we weren't going to hear him, except he doesn't know our house. That fan doesn't cover shit. We heard the whole thing. We caught him on his phone using 4chan, and he said he was just using the comedy threads, except I saw the thread that he was looking at. It was related to somebody he works with.
If I'm using the wrong word, then it's no longer funny.
We saw there wasn't really improvement.
Ding Dong then goes into how he had to try really hard and did all the work to get the videos to be good, alluding to some kind of fake sabotaging by Chris and other people on staff, assumedly.
I know a lot of people are really angry with us for not wanting to see these things anymore or hear about these things and feeling like it's some kind of betrayal to an audience thing, but trust me on this.
We've also been talking about a lot of these things for years.
Yes, and people just not hearing it.
Yeah.
But no, if anything, that's why I was sometimes doing this stuff, is because I did care about the audience. I wanted to be able to give people good times despite all of this. But it became its own messy thing with that too, because no, it was being treated like I was actually hurting the audience and that I was trying to ruin everything, when that stuff was being made because I was pushing myself through all of it. Once again, Yeek specifically, that was me. I picked that out. I picked that game out. I was grinding that game. I was trying to do everything I could for that one. It happened with a lot of them. I mentioned it with Panic. That almost didn't work at all. I had to go really hard Frankensteining that one together to kind of make it work. Because once again, the intention seemed to be...
Guys, you don't get it. The only reason this looks not as bad is they edited around the part where Chris started chasing Ding Dong around the room with a pitchfork. Whenever I'm in public and I see someone wearing an Only Plays t-shirt, my first thought is, this guy is dangerous. Very impressed with Ding Dong for editing out the sounds of his and Julian's shackles and chains. Jesus fucking Christ. What game is this? I gotta look this up. I've never seen this video, dude. What the fuck? Barf symptoms.
This is gonna be worse than that time I was stuck.
Only Plays Panic.
Behind barf symptoms at the airport.
May I have your name, please?
Barf Simmons.
Can you spell that for me?
Certainly. That's Barf Simmons. B as in Barf Simmons. A as in, oh look. It's Barf Simmons. R as in Robert. Look. It's Barf Simmons. F as in, for real, that's Barsoons. Space. S, as in, see that? That's Barsoons.
The fuck, dude? Listen to English for half an hour every day. Improve your listening skills. That's very modern. Very modern issue.
That almost didn't work at all. I had to go
What, I forgot I
really
wanted
hard
to-
Frankensteining that one together to kind of make it work.
Well, it's still up.
Because once
I can
again,
have a-
the
I can
intention
have a
seemed to
watch.
be kind of sabotage this one so we don't use it.
He goes on for a while about the effort he put into Yick specifically, namely grinding off camera and not feeling appreciated for that, focusing largely on its grand finale that never ended up releasing. Ding Dong claims Chris and him came up with a grand concept for the finale involving original animation and a fake video game they'd play. He says Chris made an animation of Alex Yick getting out of bed and some other small animations, whereas Ding Dong went into the game's code to make fully original cutscenes for it. But this ambitious finale ultimately falling apart due to Chris's laziness, if you believe Ding Dong. And he then goes on to say Chris threw him under the bus when a donator on stream asked him about it.
No one wanted you to go make a big deal of this either, and if anything, it's starting to feel like you're doing this because you're trying to, like, keep us held on to. And I do think that was the intention. I think the finale was supposed to be a thing of keeping us stalled out and, like, continuously as a factor here, which is why every single time it got brought up after the first time, it always had to be some vague kind of insult slung towards our direction, like we messed everything up. And I can also speak to this. I did get to see there was a direct image board post that I'm pretty sure came right from him to insist that we messed up the entire thing. Which, if you guys follow us and if you know anything about us, no, we commit ourselves very hard to the things we do. It's why I put up with all that to play Yeek to begin with, even when the game froze and even with all the grinding, and that's why I reverse engineered the game. No, I put a lot of effort in, actually. It was really unfortunate. And it's why it took someone having to donate money for them to eventually say that there was no finale. And having kind of their mannerisms slip out a bit.
I watched past this quite a bit. I don't know where I actually, like, left off, because it fucking, yeah, I don't know. Alright, I'm gonna try this a bit more here. Before I get off for the night. Try to get through to Gulp Skip a few more times. So close. I think what trips me up the most about getting onto the portal is you start gliding at a pretty low point that doesn't look like you would make it up, but then he just does. Damn it. The glide again. Ugh. It seems so much harder. Oh wait, I did it. I was gonna say, it seems way harder to do that without, doing the walking double jump. Ooh, damn it. Damn it. swear, as long as I go right off that edge, I feel like I should get this pretty soon. Why do I keep fucking up there? What the hell, dude? Seems like I'm getting up there faster though, so that's good and cool. Oof. It's so close. It's so close. Ugh, just gotta stop doing that. Yeah, I think the next stream is gonna be full of practicing golf skip. Golf? Golf skip. Practicing golf skip, because this part will be pretty easy to get down, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Almost didn't make that, but that's okay. Wait. We're gonna reset. I think. Doesn't he? Doesn't he reset at some point? I swear I thought he did. Like if you just keep falling like that. No? He's like actually stuck too. Unless I move, I guess. Pressing X and square didn't do nothing though. Oh, wait, I made it. Fuck. Maybe I'm just like bent for the night on this game. It is in fact getting late-ish. Yay! I'm starting to wonder... Okay, for fuck's sake, dude. Starting to wonder if trying to charge up here is a good idea. Alright, I kind of get that part now. Okay, so... Totally possible to get the shadow to drop. Okay, I gotta go back to the video.
Point, I want to turn the camera so it's back into the wall, or into the corridor. But it's stuck outside at the minute, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to tap forwards, and that allows me to get the camera back inside. That's something I can't really explain properly, it's just something I've learned after doing Gulp Skip for so long. You kind of learn how to manipulate the camera. But now that the camera's back inside, I'm going to hold L1 or L2, whichever one you prefer, so that the camera is up against this wall. But not too much, because otherwise it starts doing this. It just gets closer to Spyro, and that's really bad. So I want to hold L2, or L1 rather, until it bumps the wall. And once it bumps the wall, I'm going to start tapping left. So I can't really slow this down, because I've got to start tapping left as soon as the camera hits the wall. So I'm just going to hold L1 and keep tapping left gently. So I want to wait for Spyro's feet to stop moving. Well, not stop moving, but no. I don't want to keep tapping left really fast.
Damn it! Ah! I pressed it an extra time after he fell. I think that's what I did. Fuck this world, dude. Alright. That's enough Spyro for tonight. I can't take any more. I can't.
Being a little bit backhanded to people over that.
Thank you, Liam Walker. What happened to the finale to Yick? bro, I'm afraid we just canceled it. It just got too
It's
too
not
overhyped,
happening.
and it's just done. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Very sorry. I know. I'm sad too.
Is that real?
That's real. Why would I lie?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know. I wanted to do it too. I'm sorry.
maybe what?
Jesus.
Is it okay to talk about the fact that you guys were making some cool custom stuff, or is that not even worth talking about?
That's fine. We got like a little bit
we
into
have a
doing
big
stuff,
bounty.
and then it was just too much work, and then all of our lives kind of caught up, and there hasn't been any time to focus on it. It was gonna, we overhyped it. It wasn't even that interesting. It was just the end of the game, and we barely said much over it.
I don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, I have no idea what the fuck you're
Honestly, if there's one good thing that came from not putting it out, it's that people got curious to buy the game and see it themselves, because I do think it's actually a game worth checking out, even though it's really fucking dumb in places. But I think it's kind of worth it.
All this apparent tension during the Oni Stays recordings was apparently enough to end the friendship and work relationship between Chris, Ding Dong, and Julian.
But yeah, I don't want there to be some big fight coming off of this. And even with, the falling out that happened, there wasn't some big fight. I didn't have a big argument with him or something. He just started removing me on things. He kicked me off of the Dropbox. He removed me on Steam right after I had bought a game to play with him one night. Yeah, we didn't have some kind of big fight. He never wanted to be direct with us and have conversations with us when he knew something was wrong. In fact, when Julian was trying to arrange a conversation with him, he kept insisting on, he's going to yell at me. That was his phrasing over and over again, was he's going to yell at me. When Julian was always very calm with him when trying to talk to him.
That would be really fucking annoying
It's,
if he said that for
It's a
real.
thing that's not going to ever be worked out here. And it's a mentality that's been enabled for God knows how long by so many different people that there's no need for there to ever be a reason to change either or improve.
When I was
After this, it can be inferred Ding
coughing
Dong
from
and Julian
my
wish to have ties
fucking
fully
vomit
cut with Oni
earlier,
Plays,
I was looking at my
since they are no
Christmas
longer
cactus. I
mentioned
can't
on the
tell what
channel and
condition
are
it's
left
in.
out of all the big compilation videos they publish. So that's it for the big Oni Stays segment, and most of what Ding Dong has to say when it comes to the work environment at Oni Plays. There are, however, far more claims made elsewhere throughout the stream. Julian makes a cameo and says Ding Dong's remarks are actually mild compared to his own feelings.
Right now, there's probably not people who were here to listen to the entire conversation for hours. Dee Dee's reaction is like very, very mild compared to mine. I've like very literally gone out of my mind over this stuff. And I've always been incredibly depressed and distressed about it. These experiences made me lose my faith in humanity overall. And it makes me incredibly angry at like everybody. And so I have to constantly try to like manage myself to not be completely hopeless and completely full of rage over everything.
And after that, Ding Dong gets a little political. First, Ding Dong says Oni's audience
That
is
seems
made
kind of
up
intense
weird
of a
alt-writers
reaction.
and insinuates they
Losing
actively
faith in
appeal to
humanity
them.
over
Do not like that. They don't
the
like
fucking
when we
Let's
have to
Play
come up
video
again.
going awry.
And we also don't like being reminded of all of it again. And with the potential of, we might be talking to some kind of weird alt-writer now, because that's what a big, massive majority of so much of that audience is. Because it's the tendencies, it's what they aim for, it's what they want.
He also has this absolutely insane comment about their Dustborn playthrough.
I don't watch the videos or anything, but I sure as shit did see the Dustborn thumbnails and everything. That was not a mistake
yeah.
posting that during Trump's inauguration and everything either. Clearly it was backlogged. Yeah, the SJW thumbnails and everything. Gee, I wonder why this is going up.
Ding Dong also goes on a mini rant about that ancient New Guy drama, if any of you remember that comic.
And if someone would be like, no, they don't dogpile. Man, do you know where the New Guy meme came from? Do you know what that was even in relation to? Some trans artist made a comic that nobody even saw until one of them decided to make it into a big spectacle and double down on it. Because how dare you say something negative about PewDiePie? Wonderful, darling, innocent
PewDiePie.
person PewDiePie who's never done anything wrong. Why would you feel good about something bad happening to a person who was paying people who were struggling and suffering and desperate $5 to hold up a sign that said "Death to all Jews" and then monetize the video? How dare you? he got to where he was through hard work by exploiting others and hurting others and I guess it kind of falls apart there, huh? No, I get it. The comic wasn't very good, but that was why that also happened.
Always coffee grounds.
And
in
the
the bottom
second
of my
stream
coffee.
has this somewhat incendiary line from Julian.
Incendiary.
And yes, bunny anxiety, absolutely, they are. They're acting like we aimed all of it at one person this time around again.
Because Oni Plays fans tend to be hyper defensive. They already know that they're into something that's a little fucked up and they feel nervous when people notice.
Yeah. No, you put it pretty well.
And finally, there's this part referring to Chris himself.
But I'm not sure when he kind of had his own moment of succumbing to it and getting overly worried about what other people...
Because I think a lot of people got sucked into like the political culture war stuff. He wasn't as much at the time, but he got a lot worse as the years went on, to the point where like being MAGA was like his only identity by the end. I think by the end, or sorry, at the beginning, what the point that you're talking about, he was a little bit more of a human.
Yeah, I would say.
So yeah, it's pretty clear they are painting Oni Plays fans, the people there, and Oni himself as being very right-wing and something fucked up. I don't know about this, to be honest. I feel like it's a pretty common joke that the Oni Plays fanbase is weirdly diverse, from the wokest woke to the chuddiest chuds. And I think even the hosts strike me as being politically diverse, at least from what little we can really know about an e-celeb. I mean, if it's true Chris is super MAGA like they say, I mean, Ding Dong and Julian were on this show for years and are obviously like the exact opposite of that. And it's worth mentioning they obviously participated in this very same edgy humor themselves.
I would never say the N-word. Fuck you, Julian. You're throwing me under the bus.
Hey, wait up! What hurt?
Hello, my...
Hello, my... That's how you stop yourself.
No!
My nice friend!
I picture you just like knocking a bunch of shit over.
Get out of here, you fucking Nimrod!
I was just asking, have any comments called us out for any racism?
Yes, because you said the N-word. Because Julian said nigga and people got mad.
Did
No,
they?
you said it.
Yeah, he said it.
You said nigga. I was quoting him. Fuck, I said
All
it.
three of you have said it except me. Because
What
you're
did
a
we
piece of
say?
shit.
You libtard cuck.
No. You can't say that.
He just said it. Don't say the word.
Don't say it.
It's valid to feel they grew past that or whatever, but they do not seem to offer that same branch to others, especially considering how most of the complaints about people they are making date anywhere from half to a full decade old. Most importantly, I think most people just do not feel that Oni Plays ever spreads genuinely harmful,
Dude,
bigoted
fuck the gummy
rhetoric
ships.
or whatever. You know, from my perspective, it's a harmless comedy show that feels a little edgy sometimes, but it's no more extreme than anything you'd see on, like, South Park, for example. But regardless, it's clear that's how Ding Dong and Julian feel, and I guess they have their right to. But they also extend this kind of messaging towards other tangentially Oni Plays related things, and these get a bit harder to empathize with. Most prominently when Ding Dong claims that Smiling Friends is full of alt-right dog whistles.
Oh yeah, okay. I think
could
I'm
ever
getting
be
close
wrong
to where I
about the
left
things
off.
that we do, and that they should all be accepted and treated the same way. That no culture could ever be, less than any other culture. And then they do a thing, and then all the people there want to kill them for it because they've been offended because of what their culture is. Gee, an episode about getting overly offended and wanting to kill people. It's weird that that's a consistent theme, huh? It's in more than one episode, even. The Hidden Worm Society running the government. That's why that shit is in there. You have to remember a lot of the people who were involved. You have to remember where a lot of these people came from prior. People just wanted to...
He didn't even, elaborate on the Hidden Worm Society thing. He just mentions it and moves on. What about it? What about it? That could be applied to so many different groups of politicians throughout the years and political identities.
Kind of automatically assume that if they stay quiet for long enough, their mentality has changed, even though they haven't. Man, I can go back to an example that's not even from the show. I only got to hear about this one because I don't watch the videos, but I had someone quote it at me, and I'd be like, why are you saying that, man? That's nasty as shit. That I had somebody at one point say to me, like, I am bipolar, and I am autistic, and these are the things that I have, and these...
This is so... This part... Dude. That's so overdramatic. Like, don't joke about anything. I guess a certain political party from the 1940s is on the filter list because it blocked my last comment. Can you... I love how YouTube... It has... You can go to your settings, and on chat and comments, it will block certain words that you put in there. But YouTube still is like, no, we're gonna block certain words without telling you. You're not allowed to know what words that we want blocked. You'll just find out when somebody in your chat is randomly like, I couldn't say this last thing I just wanted to say, I don't know why. And then I'm like, well, gee, I wish I could tell you what you said wrong, because sometimes people say the most normal ass thing after they're like, let me try to word it differently. And then we're both confused and wondering how? How did this happen? Or why did that happen? If you put it with asterisks, I'd imagine it would go through.
These are the things that I deal with. And I was like, what are you doing? And they went, oh, it's a bit. And I was like, that's not a bit. Where did you even hear that one from? And they told me, and I'd be like, man, do you know why he said that? Because he's seriously just trying to insult people who have to...
I can't help but feel like Ding Dong here is conveniently leaving out some kind of context, or just some context from the conversation or whatever this interaction was that he is referring to, and just deciding to be more like outwardly offended while he's
to deal with things like
recalling
that.
it.
Thank you for your medical record, Zach.
I wanted to make a video for a long time where the video is just the guy looking at the camera and listing all of his ailments. He's like, yeah, I'm bipolar, and I have schizophrenia, and I have OCD, and I have ADD, and I have ADHD,
That's just
and I'm
every
autistic,
fucking
and I've got
bio
Asperger's.
on Twitter.
Like, the video goes on for like 45 seconds. And then I wanted to start naming shit. He's like, yeah, I got a bullet wound, I got a scratch on my forehead. He starts naming other shit too.
Starting to say, I can probably count on one hand the amount of times the not Z insult has been accurate. Dude, that term essentially doesn't mean anything anymore. And to be honest, I've always thought that's kind of fucked up, because what a Nazi actually means is pretty bad. And it's so watered down. It applies exactly the same as my problem with pedophile and predator being used totally interchangeably. I feel like it really just waters down one of them that is objectively a lot worse than the other one is. And it just like, people just act like words don't have any meaning these days. It's so frustrating, and it makes it really hard to have conversations.
There is people like that who...
I got a limp, I got a weak foot.
You got a lamp.
I got a lamp, I got a bullet wound, I got a scratch, I got a bum eye, I got 80/40 vision, this one eye.
80/40.
That's why I said, I'm confused why people weren't able to pick up on this. I thought it was really obvious. I thought it was really clear.
Ding Dong is like just straight schizo posting, unless he really knows something that we don't, and they are like a bunch of like alt-right KKK like racist.
People don't even realize that that's where it's coming
MAGA
from.
heads.
People had to like really convince themselves that all these bad things
Everyone
are
loves a
actually
high
just good
horse.
things now.
Oh yeah, you
Kinda
can see
feels that
everything
way.
from up there.
That's why I was saying, if people like it, you can like it or whatever. I'm not going to agree with you whatsoever, but you can like it. But that is where the stuff was coming from. It's been there the whole time.
That one's a little crazy. And he also has some strong words and insinuations about Newgrounds.
Sounding awfully a lot like a cult. Out of any of these online websites and communities I've seen, actually Newgrounds kind of does feel the closest to that to me. I haven't seen this kind of loyalty being embedded into so many other websites the same kind of way. It is really fucking weird. And like I said, it's driving people insane behind the scenes. And just questionable things in general. Like, I was really confused why so many people that we ran into around Newgrounds, sure, Oh, yeah, the neo-Nazi over there is already a big enough problem. But what's with that one over there? Why are you all contacting a 14-year-old to befriend right now? You're all in your 30s.
He's not echoing into my mic, right?
What is that about?
The neo-Nazi comment could apply to anything,
I suppose he has a little
but how
bit, but it's not
broadly
too
he's
bad, is it?
insisting things like smiling friends are apparently alt-right, but the fake gesture at talking to 14-year-olds is a lot more worrying. Like, what the hell is that about? Take this with a grain of salt, but the only plausible idea I've heard is this Twitter user
I need to
saying
put my
it's
mic.
probably referring to Little
My
Pico,
mic.
a
Sorry, I'm
young
getting
teenage
distracted.
chap.
My mic is extended like as high as it can go right now without just practically going or starting to go straight up, you know, because my table would be way too fucking close to me if I had it any straighter and like scooched this way, because you know the arm is supposed to reach and kind of bend down towards you. I need to put on a taller table is what I'm trying to say. Unless I just like did it bogus as fuck and just put some fucking 4x4 blocks underneath all the fucking legs of the
It's
table.
artist that interacted with Johnny Utah and Phantom Arcade a few times.
Oh, piss him!
Tom Fulp rules. He's the greatest man I've ever met. Newgrounds rules. Tom Fulp rules.
I'm so sorry. So sorry.
Which, I don't know, I feel like that's just heckin' wholesome, to be honest. Finally, wrapping up this initial stream, a few more things worth mentioning is Ding Dong claims Chris frequently has goons parked in his streams to see if he says anything bad about him.
I mentioned it before, sometimes they got their friends to just be parked out in my stream to listen for anything that I would talk about.
And Julian comes in to explain.
That is not true. That can't be true. That cannot be true, bro. The viewers are always ones posted unless he's going to go on and say that they just make extra YouTube accounts and upload this themselves and pretend to just be the fans. But I can't imagine that they care that much, dude. They got their own thing going on with the channel and shit. I mean, really. There's no way they're that petty.
Why the stream went so long.
Thank you, Ninja. I'm very sorry that you guys have to keep jumping in to save us financially. I shouldn't have.
I mean,
to
I
be
wouldn't
that
doubt
way.
that if like at least a couple of them watch their streams
Crowdfunding
sometimes out of
is
curiosity.
like an idea with a lot of potential, and I was very excited when it kind of like Kickstarter first started being used to fund game projects and stuff like that. But the system still feels like it's not really working. The fact that we keep coming up short and like needing to do these emergency streams where we stay up all night, it seems like there's like a kink in the pipeline somewhere.
And that's where the archives I have access to end.
What the fuck
where
did you just say?
There's like a kink in the pipeline somewhere.
And that's where the archives I have access to end.
Oh, archives I have access to. I did not expect him to say that.
The second stream is a legendary 24-hour one, running from the 20th to the 21st of July. About half of this was archived. The first point here is by far the most worrying, real, and scary one from everything in this video. According to Ding Dong and Julian, on
What's up with the
Christmas
blur on
Eve
his
of
eye?
last year, someone attempted to come to their house, and they say they were streaming it on Discord, showing they had a gun with them. When the person did arrive, they apparently taped a bunch of Soyjack pictures to their house, then left. And they then revealed they actually came to the wrong address anyway. But regardless, the intention to harass them in real life was certainly there, so yeah, that's very scary for Ding Dong and Julian, and I can certainly see that. They also linked the guy to the Only Plays fandom by stating someone in the stream commented Sleepy Cabin 1 and mentioned how they contacted Zack Psychobubbles about it.
Screen capped all the messages and everything too. I still have all of them. We also have all the posts that were made about it. We have the videos that were being
I hate it when
taken. We
people
have the
do shit
photos of
like
the whole
that. Then it's
thing.
just like it's not
one of the
fun
comments
anymore.
being made by people rooting it all on, shouting out Sleepy Cabin 1. And I mentioned it on Julian's stream even just a bit ago. I talked to Zach about that one, and that was even a thing that he said, like, you probably need to report this to, like, the FBI or something, because what the fuck does that even mean? Well, what it means is these audiences are pretty out of control, and I know why people stay very quiet about anything real happening, because they're really terrified of these audiences. A big part of the stuff that happened to us in the past is also coming off of the pressure of these things. And what we always felt since the start was, this shouldn't have to be this way. Everyone shouldn't be getting paranoid about each other and lashing out at each other because they're also paranoid
This
about
chat
what the
looks cool. I
audience
wonder
will
why it does
do
that.
and trying to maintain a narrative that would look good in front of a big audience.
This is also very notable as being the one single claim across all these streams they show any kind of evidence for, being these screenshots. Which, yeah, I can see why this would be very scary for them. Also, the guy alerting them name is a Sojak reference, being an anagram of Cobson. I'm not sure what to make of that. They also claim to have pictures and a video of this guy outside of what he thought to be their
Was that
of
a-
that. They also is a
that
Sojak
Ding
reference,
Dong?
being an anagram of
Who is that?
Cobson. I'm not sure what to make of that. They also claim to have pictures and a video of this guy outside of what he thought to be their house, but they do not show them. They also say this along with the Chuba incident, and mean comments after the Twitter comic brought an influx of new viewers to their stream is the primary reasons
Fucking
for doing
Tuba
these
thing,
drama
dude.
streams in the
I can't
first
believe he
place.
just like
come through this.
just straight up
This had
outs
to be the
himself
thing
for
that
no damn
made
reason.
it that way is just okay. You're being threatened to such a degree that you can't. You have to talk about it.
Yeah. But likewise, I mean, here, I can read one right now. If you thought you were struggling before, you're fucked now because I'm done. I don't even know who
Believe me,
you
I
are.
know, I know. Like, we talk about it every day.
When you read phrasing like that, does that sound like someone who just casually is like disappointed, or somebody who clearly was taking all of this way more seriously than they should have? And
They're vengeful because that's the kind of material that they've been taking in exclusively.
Yes.
They like hateful content.
And that's why Aaron Hansen was also the scapegoat for a lot of people too, even though in our own videos, if you guys want to go back and watch those long streams, which is hard to do, a lot of people really did want to trim it down. It was a lot talked about. But if you ever even want to go back to them,
Situation can have nuance.
it's all
You know-
consistent. It's all the same things that already got brought up. The only thing that changed here is that people realized it wasn't just all about Aaron. So now it's bad.
Anyone that has a big enough audience, there's gonna be fucking nutty people because that's just the reality of statistics, is it not? Like, some crazy person will watch you if there's hundreds of thousands of people watching you regularly. It's gonna happen. It doesn't matter if you're Wholesome Chungus or not.
And as you heard, they reiterate about 9 different times that the only reason people are criticizing them over their previous stream is because they are not just shitting on Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, framing all their support over the Dream Daddy stream as simply being people happy to see Aaron get shit on and not genuine support for them.
But it'll be a thing. It's gonna suck for quite a long time here. Things were already rough enough. Things were already really tough to get by. Things have already been very difficult. I'd like to be able to obviously move ahead. So would Julian. But anytime that we try to move ahead, it usually gets people angry with us because they can notice that we're trying to move ahead. But they're going to have all their own conversations. If you guys want to actually have a bad time here tonight, go look up the re-upload from the one stream that they even titled it his quote-unquote last stream. They changed that video title. Go look at that one and look at the comment section on it. It doesn't match the public narrative about, we were really worried because of what Aaron did. It's actually a lot of them cheering for everything that happened to us and thinking that we're idiots.
Is this like not a case where they should just ignore those people making those comments about like them trying to move on from this? I mean, like, if you don't engage with it and you don't get upset and you actually do just move on, then they don't have much to obsess over or egg you on about, correct? I mean, I think. I don't
Deserved
know.
every last
Maybe I'm
bit of
wrong.
it,
Maybe
even
I'm
when they
missing
thought
something
it
or
was
forgetting
Aaron.
something.
I feel like this just isn't true. I mean, you can look at the comments of that video yourself, and any of them from over a week ago just aren't like that. And it's a little sad they perceive it that way, since I do think people pretty universally offer genuine sympathies for Ding Dong and Julian in that situation. They also mentioned Chris will be the most upset about everything.
You know, Ding Dong does I was talking last time I was watching this, I was talking about how Ding Dong is really fucking negative all the time. And that's just another example, is he sees what a few people say and do, and then that's just a majority or half of the whole audience. It is just those few people, and he just blows it up in his mind as being such because he's too fucking negative.
Being exposed, but also say he gave him his blessing to talk about everything.
But if you want me to be upfront and honest, yeah, Chris is probably going to be the one who's going to react maybe the strongest to it because he's really worried about his own image and has been. Even though he also told us that we were free to openly talk about these things, specifically to Julian. He told him that long
I don't
ago.
remember. Were you there when he said that?
I
or
was.
that...
No,
okay.
I was. I was there for it. He said it more than once, even. He had brought it up repeatedly.
He confusingly constantly complains about his drama streams being clipped, edited, and taken out of context, like the first one we went over. But it's a near 1 hour uninterrupted segment, and furthermore, I just don't understand why they are choosing to air their grievances over a stream on their own dedicated website. Like, it's unrealistic to expect people to be on the ready to record a full half-day long stream, much less a 24-hour one. And even if people only have good intentions, that's obviously going to create a game of telephone where things naturally gets misconstrued, since they can only go off memory. I feel like it'd make way more sense to just make a simple Google Docy or YouTube
What the
video
fuck is
instead
that
of,
cat?
again, over...
Ew, was that like AI generated or was that a real cat? That was so creepy. And it was really jarring because it was really crisp compared to how like blurry and nasty the rest of this video looks. Oh my god, that was
30
weird.
hours of streams if their concern is being taken out of context and people misunderstanding them. But anyway, after this, Ding Dong and Julian also claim that they do not want this to be a drama and just want to move on, before continuing to talk about the drama.
I mean, if they
for
were going to
another
talk
roughly
about it,
20
they
hours in
really...
this very stream.
It would have been
None of this is
nicer
logical.
to just have it all
of this is
recorded so people can
buffoonery,
rehear it
since the start.
without any doubts.
We can just move on from it. We could. But
That is true. They if they don't have it recorded and they're going to talk about it, they're just leaving so much room for people to create their own narratives and just lie, because a bunch of people that are in their stream heard it here, but then people can be, since so much of it is missing, people can just say, oh, actually they said this or that, you know?
Paul obviously is going to be in their court on that one if they wanted to move on, and they most certainly don't. And they're going to use any excuse imaginable here to still act like it's the other end's fault when they're the ones overreacting to it. No, it's about trying to make a problem. It's trying to make it bigger. And if there's a demand that I have to take it back, I'm not going to, because it is what happened. But I also told people, like I said too, we can move on from these things as well. It's all anyone ever wanted.
There is also the macaroni incident, from where this archive gets its...
Did that just pause?
There is also the macaroni incident, from where this archive gets its name. Here Ding Dong says that there is allegedly a conspiracy spreading amongst Oni Plays fans and 4chaners that Julian saying he had an upset stomach from eating macaroni was a code word. Supposedly code for being suicidal or something like that, according to him. This all seems to stem from one singular comment in their stream chat that really sounds like it was just a stupid joke.
What the fuck, dude? That's so weird. What is that?
But the reason I'm partially going for so long right now, because like I said, I think it is necessary to showcase this in real time, what it looks like, how they're acting right now, compared against what we're actually talking about and what it actually is here. The macaroni and cheese thing is such a phenomenal example of that, and it's seriously absurd that that actually happened. That immediately somebody was trying to insist that Julian's stomach being upset from eating macaroni was some code language. Somebody was trying to insist us using kiwi birds as some code language too. These guys are so so used to operating around dog whistles that they're seeing dog whistles that don't even exist.
You know what I really don't... I how do they not see that these are the same kind of people that just, like, go around to anybody's stream, whether they have one viewer or like 500 viewers, and they try to make lolcows out of people or just find another lolcow to bully as a group. They're getting their kick, dude.
They're so used to communicating in fucked up
How
ways
long
that
have
don't
you
make
been
any
on the
sense that
internet?
They think we're doing the same kind of thing too.
Like, sir,
someone getting sick from macaroni
you can't
has
be
to
that
be a
unaware of
code
the
message, right? It has to be a secret.
You gotta
of some
step
sort,
back.
right? These people have completely lost their mind long ago.
There is also multiple segments where they reiterate
trust me,
a
their
large
mind
reason
is
for them leaving
fucking
Only Plays
totally
initially
straight,
was
dude.
due to disliking the merch and business aspects of the channel.
And if we're going to give the context,
I
of
wish
what
I
was
could have
spoken
got some
about,
fucking Oni
it's how the
Plays,
business
DD
end
and
and
J
over
merch.
merchandising and a lot that was happening around that made it really uncomfortable to do things, and that was why we made a lot of distance back at the time, because we didn't want to get ourselves wrapped up in a lot of that. Specifically, the big one was just the thing around the merchandising, that they were doing a lot of it without really asking. And to be fair, when I say that too, I will exclude Chris from that one, because I'm going to be completely direct on all of this, like I
I'm
already was
sorry.
pre.
The chat on the side says, as a married gay furry. Like, I can't even imagine anything that would be relevant to say that.
Obviously, Chris didn't do that. Chris was also kind of on autopilot himself about the merchandise. There were even pieces of merchandise that he didn't want to release that management end was trying to push for. They were running really out of control with the over merchandising, and it was getting in the way of some of the stuff we were doing. Once that whole situation happened with the
When you get too out of control with that, you're making money.
and everything, that was the moment
to
we
live.
gotta get out of here. I think we just need to really get out of here at this point.
They are very adamant they did not want to do much merchandise. We know Julian specifically is very uncomfortable with that, which is more than fair and understandable. But despite this, management would push very hard for it, and they specifically mention a contract they were prompted to sign by management, which included an NDA stating they could not shit-talk the Only Plays brand, which they obviously did not end up signing.
Well, the contract had a thing at the end that was supposed to be an NDA that's in perpetuity, and it was supposed to be with the stipulation that if we say anything that could be taken as detrimental or a criticism even of the brand, then there could be a lawsuit and everything. And it was an NDA that's supposed to be in perpetuity, and in legal terms, I can already tell you, that's going to be a little bit of a tough one to hold up in court if it actually had to go as far as that. But I knew that already. I had already worked with contracts before. It's why I didn't sign it immediately. When you're presented with a contract, it's leaned towards the advantage of the person who wrote it. You're going
It's
to need
the
to do
natural
revisions.
process that you go back and
Yes,
forth.
you go
make
back and forth.
revisions.
I took out a pen, I circled it immediately. I said, what's this? This was supposed to be a thing about merchandise. Why is there an NDA snuck in here at the very end? And it's really tiny here too. We were being pushed to do something called Multiplayer Monday. They wanted to like really streamline and format everything we're doing a lot harder. We were being told to drop series that we wanted to continue. We were being told not to play certain things. When it was a lot more fun when it was so much more casual at the start before all of this. The thing is, Chris did want to be able to get business going through this, and he said it since the start that this was something to help him raise money so he could go do things outside of this. But it was impacting a lot, and I wish we had recorded it. I still remember the Multiplayer Monday theme song. You remember when he played it on the keyboard? He made the manager really
That's not going to
angry.
cheer me up. But
No, I know, but it was funny. I think it's a funny story to still share, because I want to at least let people know. It's not like there weren't good times here and there. There were. But there was conflict from literally, day one, and it was always tied to business and paranoia, because everybody else was already in argument. But yeah, when the Multiplayer Monday thing came up, he didn't really want to do it. Neither of us did. We wanted to just keep doing whatever we were going to be playing. And he was on his keyboard, and he just started playing two chords over and over again to make
It
it
doesn't
sound
make
doofy.
me happy to remember, but yes, that did happen.
And then he went, ha ha ha, hee hee hee. That's what found its way into the Mario video later on.
Mario, Mario, Mario.
And he said, that's the theme song to Multiplayer Monday. And all of us laughed and said, yeah, you're right. That's the theme song to Multiplayer Monday. And it made the manager really angry.
Some other random points, despite it being the only thing they are realistically known
That's all
for
that happened. That's pretty good.
until their games come out, Ding Dong claims they did not find success and are not able to eat and live off of Patreon money and enjoy their fan base because of the exposure they got from Only Plays.
But you guys are the reason that we've been able to survive. No, it's not because of any of the people that we were working for. No, it's not because of any of the people that we had been hovered by in a lot of cases coming off of any of this either. You guys. The communities that were coming by on our streaming channel on YouTube, over on Twitch, over here, Patreon, you guys have allowed us to survive through all of this. If you guys were not here, there is no way we would have ever made it through any of this. Not one goddamn bit. It would not have happened.
Notably, Julian says that he and Ding Dong were always miserable the entire time on Oni Plays, and he says he can't understand how people can't see that.
It's always really confused me. I remember a long time ago when I was hoping that people would just pick up on what the problem was, because to me it seemed obvious enough. To me it seemed like everybody could really tell what was going on, and that like anybody who says otherwise is probably lying. It's still really hard for me to believe that people couldn't tell there was a problem.
I just read that. Julian finds it hard to believe that nobody could tell that he and Ding Dong had problems being on Oni Plays. Argued with Ding Dong on whether to expose those who wronged them. Nobody has fun times anymore. Nobody has genuine friendships anymore. It's all harboring ill will and fake smiles and exposing each other 10 years later. You are not happy. You will never be happy. Be miserable forever and consume product like a good boy. Is he talking shit about Ding Dong and Julian, or somebody else?
It's called Rapist Beware.
You're in for a scare.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
What?
I spat
it all over me. Oh my God. God, what is that? You got in my eye.
It's just water.
So although this stream is obviously very long, I can only see a little less than half of it, and even then, the same points are repeated over and over on loop, as well as a ton of the stuff they mentioned in the previous 10-hour stream. So it got very exhausting to get through, honestly. And there were no other especially notable claims I feel need to be featured that I could hear. So on to the next stream.
Dawn of the third stream.
The third stream takes place on the 22nd, is only 3 hours long, and doesn't get into the drama till about 50 minutes in, but then takes up the entire stream from that point onwards. And these last two streams are fully archived. This one starts with Ding Dong complaining about the archive of the initial stream we went over, claiming it's out of context and edited, which is not quite true as it's an unaltered 45-minute long clip.
So you know how we thought something was probably going on during that stream? Yeah, there was. Somebody figured out how to film it. They intentionally edited out most of it to just aim it all at one end. Yeah.
Oh, Aaron.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay, we'll go on.
No.
I guess I should just let you finish.
I mean, I guess they included a little bit of that, but no, mostly about trying to make it seem like we're being petty and trying to throw a bunch of people under right now or something again. They titled it with the same kind of title you would have expected out of like almost a decade ago. They've apparently been deleting comments of anybody trying to even give.
FYI, the video jumps twice because these were recorded with FFmpeg, and it corrupted a lot of footage I had to recover. There's even a part of the video where audio completely cuts out due to how streaming on the site is coded. This is not out of context. The only missing context is Game Grump things that don't tie into the video. There is a website that has an archive of all this audio and more. I am not breaching copyright, especially since there is no proper copyright information on the site or embedded in the stream, and I am not harassing anyone. I included the firearm story and commented more about it in order to inform people. In no way am I painting any of these people in a negative light. This video, or the video, speaks for itself. I've also not deleted any comments except for those leaking DD's full name, which I then filtered. If something gets deleted, you are breaking TOS or triggering spam filters. Sort by new and see all the people who disagree. I also have no affiliation with Kiwi Farms, if that's the angle you want to go with. They only posted about this after my video went up. I will not endorse it, but they do have the full stream audio if you think this video is an injustice. The context has always been in the description. Go to archive.org and plug this video in. The description, or I think you meant to say odds are the description is the same even though the video is under 1,000 views, isn't it? Give any context you want. I'm not related to this firearm incident. I know nothing about it. This is really crazy to accuse me just because I changed my channel name for privacy reasons. Where I'm what is that a username? Wherema is out of line for suggesting something this far from my channel being a breaking bad character. Fucking, I thought that Wherema was like him meaning to say something else.
Context to some of it. So the intent is to do, you know, what they've been doing for years. Force it into be a big drama. And to be fair, it's going to be dramatic to any extent anyways, for being upfront. But I know since the beginning, you wanted the Band-Aid ripped off. At this point, the Band-Aid is ripped off. Everyone certainly has picked up on what's happened, but it is the thing that we always theorized from the beginning, which was absolutely no one is going to be there unless you're aiming at exclusively at Aaron Hansen.
Yeah.
And yes, they're blaming us for everything. Weird how that changes so quick. It's strange how that changes so very quickly when the name changes about where some of the problems came from.
Julian makes comments about Newgrounds and only plays people.
You know, I wonder how their fans that watch them regularly feel, because the attitude that Ding Dong and Julian seem to have is, we know you guys are out there always watching our streams, and it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't necessarily seem like it's the case. Or, you know, honestly, again, like I said earlier, actually, they probably are watching a lot of their streams, but they should just ignore them. I mean, is it really, for your fans that actually like you, with this fucking air always present of suspicion and tension, that has to make it like less pleasant. I was going to say pleasurable, less pleasant to watch. These dudes are always tweaking about fucking
dangerous.
Basically Kiwi Farms
quite
dudes,
a lot throughout the streams,
which is very
and
few.
It seems they are characterizing the entire fan base based off of the guy
Like,
who
I promise
posted
them it's very
Sojacks
few
on
people.
what he taught to be their house. Next up, Ding Dong and Julian make these very strange, vague comments about people behind the scenes threatening them, because they acknowledge they didn't have a good time on Only Plays.
Hurt we are. I know it's not going to be taken well. I know it's going to be very threatening. I know that the people behind the scenes who already had been threatening us over the years will really be going probably the hardest they ever have. Because this was the thing that they were ever really afraid of, was us kind of acknowledging that we didn't have a good time. Not even really having to go much further than that. Just acknowledging that we didn't really get along.
It is also mentioned / threatened that Ding Dong apparently has files on everyone he could release if he had to.
Because this is playing out exactly how I was already kind of expecting it to, admittedly, even during...
I mean, files on top of files, motherfucker.
You have
Come
all
at
your,
me.
you have your like documents and
No,
stuff.
I do have everything, if it really has to escalate to a point like that. The reason I never pulled a lot of this stuff out is because it never did escalate to a point like that.
Ding Dong continues to admonish people online, trying to make their super long drama streams into a drama.
Yeah, it's a whole
Dude.
weird thing with that within itself, that honesty doesn't...
There's no fucking way. Or, I don't know who he's talking about at this point. I mean, he says he has documents on people. He must be talking about the Only Plays gang, but there's... Dude, there's just no way that or anybody at Only Plays currently cares that much. Or is, like, harassing them or something. Like, dude, what is he talking about right now?
Doesn't really matter. The truth doesn't matter. What matters is a good narrative. You can expect drama video.
And also, is anybody at Only Plays reciprocating any of this in any space, like on any social media anywhere publicly? Because he's talking about saving face or like their image or whatever right now, and I'm like, bro, I've seen nothing about that. It's just Ding Dong and Julian continuing to bring up this or that. because they keep getting baited into it by people that want lolcows out of them.
Those you can expect. And by the way, me saying all this, don't worry, that'll also be the way to shut that down. Oh, hey, they're doing the thing that he said. Yeah, but here's the thing, because I said it, that was bad too. Because that's me being paranoid once again about a thing that literally happened, and it's not paranoia, it's just recognizing that this is how people behave, because that's how they behave. I want people to also understand, with Chris, I know that he actually has room to not have to be, mean. He could be nice. We'd witnessed it on occasion. I could see that there was a heart buried down in all of that. But unfortunately, once again, when you grow up around all this, and this is the crowd around you, it starts impacting you and influencing you. And that's why he was making a lot of his own nervous decisions at the time, too, and then lashing out and kind of always pointing around at everybody around him. Which, unfortunately, that's the other spin this is being given, which is, but look at you, you're pointing around at everybody. Weren't all of you just pointing at Aaron? It's interesting that everyone's pointing at something.
One very interesting thing here is Ding Dong claims Chris's award-winning treaty in the platformer game Boblo was actually his game, or at least heavily built off of a game he made, later explaining it was the fake game that was supposed to be part of the Yick finale.
People wanted to make there be a rivalry between...
There was a video where, I don't remember which gameplay it was, which Let's Play it was, where Chris did say that he was like, oh yeah, we were thinking like one time he said we'll just make a like really shitty game, or I'm pretty sure he said we anyways. I could be wrong. Pretty certain it was we. He said that one time we were going to make like a shitty game and like do an April Fool's joke or something and play it on the channel, but then it turned into a real game. So I'm curious what he's about to say.
What we were working on, what Chris was working on, when truthfully, Chris's game was the game I was working on, and I gave him the source code for it because I didn't have time for it, because we were in the process of also trying to figure out moving down the road and actually being able to schedule in our own work again, because we barely could get any time for any...
Wait a minute, I'm pretty sure... I think somebody told me that there was a demo for this, maybe? I gotta see. Because if there is... Bruv. What the fuck is this? Another friend slope? Friend Brown. Dude, this shit, he needs to get that off of there. It said coming soon for how many years now? Like, fuck off, dude. I guess wishful thinking. I thought there was a demo. There's probably been no updates on this anywhere. Is there even, like, a tab for this? I don't believe that he's working on the game. It's been so long, dude. I can't believe it. I think I'm just coping because it's probably going to be so much longer still before it comes out. But damn, dude.
Thing when we're back in LA. You're saying that I'm competing against my own game, which doesn't make any sense.
When did he say this?
Chris understood that here and there. Yeah, no, the context on that one is supposed to be for a fake finale video that he wanted to have like a fake argument because he prioritized that a lot. Because I think, once again, you're too afraid of the audience. You want to make things look a certain way because of how the audience is going to act. And he wanted to have a fake fight in front of everybody, and that he wanted us to play a fake game, and that I would make a fake title screen for it, and we would just fight on the title screen. But then he wanted a level. And then he wanted more and more, and eventually it got to the point of, listen, I get it, you want to have a full game here, actually. That's why he was saying, maybe we could even put it on Steam and we charge like $1 for it. And I said, no. Here, I'll give you the source code. He found somebody who's going to be the new programmer, and I even went into a Discord group with the two of them and tried to talk him through the source code and just say, here's the starting point and everything if you want to work with it. Here's how you can do these things with it. I just gave all the work that I had. But that's why that one is a weird thing. No, he made the characters and everything. It's his idea. It's just the game itself, the game portion of it. No, that was the thing that I was asked to do, and it was partially the reason I got, like, started as a project between the two of us.
I suppose it's up to you guys if you believe that. He says the entire game part is...
I could believe that he made the game, but he's saying this, and Chris didn't credit him, to be fair. I don't think at any point, if this is true, but like, did he get paid? That would, like, change my opinion on whether, on, like, how bad that is or not, if Chris was compensating him appropriately, like paying him more to be doing that or not. But he didn't say, so I'm like, I don't know how bad it is for sure. You know?
Tim and Chris just added on the visuals. I'm sorry to say, I just find that insanely hard to believe, because that would just be plagiarism. And if I was in that situation, I'd be demanding my name in the credits and a hefty payment. But it's possible he kind of overstated what he did by, like, misspeaking. But okay, then here's the full...
Nobody ever started a rivalry between you two. Your projects were able to coexist fine back when you were still on the channel, unless you stop vague posting and show actual honest to God proof. This sounds like the biggest, most manufactured out of my ass lie yet. The first trailer was uploaded March of 2019 and was claimed to be in development for up to a year up to that point. So 2018 tops is when it started, which was during DD&J's last year on the channel, and when they were seemingly still fine with Chris and still had Bippy coexisting. Original description: we're making a game. This is all I can show for now, but it's almost 1 year into development, and we have about 10 people on the team kicking ass and working hard. Follow the official Twitter for more updates. Sorry I was gone for so long. I'm back. Fucking Christ, this game has been in development for 8 years?
Full context for the now famous Only Plays Ruined My Life clip, which I took inspiration for the thumbnail to this video.
So that's something to keep in mind about all this as a thing too.
I'm very sorry to everybody.
It's a much bigger mess than even just what happened here.
Specifically the people who want it to be normal.
Yeah.
And like...
We've wanted it to be normal too. We have to. There's pressures from a lot of people at this point who want to see kind of the worst things happen to everyone involved. But, like I said, you're kind of free to talk about whatever you want in relation to this at this point. I'm not going to limit you anymore.
Alright, cool.
So if you have anything you want to say, like, feel free.
That's certainly going to change the dynamic, because I've had to train myself to bite my tongue.
I know. Yeah. Just keep in mind that you're going to have people who are going to be, you know, copy and pasting literally everything you say and give it a bad interpretation, just intentionally so.
Mm-hmm.
But even with that, I think you kind of don't care because you've already had everyone doing this to you for God knows how long. Both of us.
I'll do my best to try to be open without being reckless.
Okay. That's all I was ever worried about. I just didn't want there to be like...
I may still fuck up. You may not end up liking what I say about it.
I wouldn't want there to be some kind of situation that you
I will
speak to
try.
something you don't know about.
I'll make an active effort to be better.
I guess what would you want to like talk about in regards to it?
I wouldn't want to talk about any of it.
Obviously.
Just more so when it comes up, I'm gonna get to say yes, this is directly because of Only Plays.
That's not too much longer, but I am gonna go to bed. Because damn. It's late. It's too late for me. Good night. Later.